Hello, darling. How are you? I am feeling pretty good. I'm in Thailand right now. And I wanted to share with you something for healing your heart and working with yourself. And I had this experience last night where I was staring at a fire, listening to some music. I was in a sauna, so it was really nice. And I felt a pain come up in my heart. Um, this pain was this part of me that felt like it needed a partner to find love. And I think this is my transformation story, which maybe might be helpful for you in your transformation story. This pain in my heart, how do I describe it? So maybe we can describe it in your own terms. Do you have a sense or longing to have someone love you back, and that you don't have that? And this fulfillment that you may need leads you to feeling maybe a little like, how do you feel? Do you feel less than where you could be in life if you had your partner? Maybe you already have a partner and you feel like you need more from them to give you sustenance in life. And for me, this feeling is just like a sense of there's a part of me that needs love. It needs to be loved. I think we all can agree we all want to feel loved. But there's a part for me that needs to feel loved. And this part for me is a part that hasn't felt like it would be okay for me to love it by itself. Do you know what I mean? Like, we can all say self-love is the way we should be aspiring to be. I'm sure I'm going to get a bunch of comments down below that are going to talk about how we should be loving ourselves and we're all valid and being single is fine and et cetera, et cetera. But like, conceptually to like how it feels, there's always that gap, right? And this is what frustrates me is I have a lot of capacity to understand myself, but bridging that gap with that subconscious with how you feel versus how you think is sometimes difficult, right? I bridged that gap last night and I wanted to share this technique with you. So essentially it's this. Close your eyes for me and put your hand on your heart and go into your heart space for a second. I want you to trigger a feeling that calls out that inner part of you that desires love, that wants to be loved. Imagine this feeling or a person that might trigger this feeling of wanting to be loved. If you don't have a person, I don't have a person right now. Maybe it's that feeling of just having the feeling of not having someone that loves you, right? That longing. Find that feeling, okay? And sink into it a little bit more. Create a connection to that feeling. And when you've started to feel this feeling in your heart, see if you can engage with it by giving it a hug, giving it love, giving it a sense of space and validness. Sink into that feeling. And also notice the stories and narratives you have, and they may be just feelings that you have around the validness of the love that you give it. Perhaps it's conditioned to experience love only in certain ways where it thinks it's love. I think this is a societal thing, and for me too. There's a certain kind of love that I only believe I can get from someone else. And that's the part you want to actually give love to. This part of you that feels like you cannot receive love, that this kind of love you cannot give yourself. That's the part. So see if you can hug that part and give love to that part. Sink into that. Sink into that feeling. And as you give this part of yourself love, tell it it's okay to be how it is. It's okay to love yourself, to give yourself this gift. And ask yourself, what would it be like if you were a person who could love yourself in this way? What would it feel like to love yourself every day? To feel this love within you? To feel valid from yourself and to have this root, to rely on you, that you can rely on yourself to give you the love. Thank you for joining me today. I'll leave you in that space now. Should I say namaste? Namaste. Sending you some love. I'll see you in another episode soon. Bye.